Welcome to the Winner's Circle, a podcast about the Averitt culture and what makes our team unique. Don't forget to subscribe on your podcast app of choice. And now, your host of the Winner's Circle, Amos Rogan.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Winner's Circle podcast. Thanks so much for being on. It's hot. And as I said in our last episode, please make sure that you're staying hydrated and doing the right things in order to stay safe. Pre-trip drivers, for those of you who are watching or listening to this, make sure you're pre-tripping your truck very well, especially on those tire inflations with the hotter temperatures. We have a little bit more propensity for blowouts. So just make sure that you're doing those types of things just to make sure that you're going to be safe and we're delivering freight the way that we should be on time. So just wanted to put that out there for everybody to consider. The other thing that I wanted to make sure that you knew about is probably the biggest associate event that we have is our Averitt Cares for Kids Family Softball Tournament coming up on August the 17th right here in Cookeville. And we're still taking teams. We still got quite a few people to sign up as far as teams go, but you don't have to play to be there. And one of the very, very cool things that we do, and we'll probably get talking about this in this episode a little bit more, is that everybody who comes through the gate and attends the softball tournament, no matter whether you're playing or not, you count towards a donation to Averitt Cares for Kids just by your attendance. So come out and let's really show out not only our culture as a company to our community, but also just enjoy each other's company and fellowship. So if you have any questions, if you want to play, get with your leader and they'll get with me and we'll get all that taken care of. So today is a episode that has kind of been on my bucket list to do. He's not always out in the front as much, but he impacts our company so much. So I'd like to welcome our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Johnny Fields. Johnny, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Amos. Appreciate that. Appreciate the good words.
One of the reasons why I wanted you on here is that, number one, under your leadership, you have our finance team, you have our risk management team. So you play an important part in the leadership of our company in those areas. But one of the biggest things that you really set up and create within our culture is the financial stability that we have. And I know it started well before you came into the position that you're in, but you've been able to carry that forward. How important is it for us as a team to really rely on that financial stability that we have?
Well, as you said, Amos, we've been fortunate to have that financial stability for a number of years. And, you know, I would love to take credit for it, but I can't take credit for that. That comes from a team. I mean, every associate in this company contributes to that financial stability. It's not one person. Everybody has a job to do, and everybody has to perform to their best for that position, whatever their responsibilities are.
Yeah.
And all that adds up. And, you know, everybody plays a part in our financial stability. I mean, we're all fiduciaries of our assets. And, you know, whether it's people on the dock touching the freight, you know, we have a lot of things to protect, including our equipment.
Sure.
But by being financially stable and we're set up for the future. We're going to last a long time. And, you know, we have a succession plan that we termed Always Averitt. Mm-hmm. And we plan to be Always Averitt for forever.
Yeah.
And so with that said, you know, everybody plays a part. We do have an outstanding finance team that gathers information, processes it, and reports it. And that's the end result of everybody's efforts.
Sure.
Not just one department.
Right. Yeah. As you said, you know, we're set up to last a really long time. Always Averitt, those types of things. But we take that and we invest back into ourselves in order to continue to moving the ball forward, whether it be in our facilities, our equipment, and our profit sharing. I know that you're in a lot of conversations when we start talking about trading trucks or how many trailers we're going to buy, or, if we need to renovate a facility or even build a new one for that matter. Putting those dollars that we're working so hard for back into our people, whether it be brick and mortar, rubber on the road, or in our profit sharing, it's a very important thing, not only to brag about our profits, but actually use those profits as well.
Yeah, you're correct. The fact that we are so financially stable, part of that, we're debt free, so we're able to invest that money back into the things that are important to us. Just like the Winner Circle says, our associates, our customers, our future. Our associates are the most important asset we have.
Yeah.
So we're able to invest that back into the best equipment that I would put our equipment up against anybody in the industry. I think our average age of our tractors are 2.5 years right now. Our trailers are 5 years. We're equipping those tractors with the very best safety equipment because we want our drivers to be safe. We want them to have the best protection of anybody on the road. Also, one of the most important things that comes from that investment is we're able to put 20% of our profits into profit sharing. That in the last 2 years, that's running about right under 8% of wages. So that's a contribution that goes to every associate. So the main thing, that we're concerned about is taking care of our associates. They're first and foremost, taking care of our customers, because that's where our business is coming from. We do it, and that's the result of our associates protecting the freight from selling to picking up to handling to delivering. Everybody plays a big part in that.
It really does. Really does.
I think we're averaging about 43 claims a day, and that's really good when you look at 19,000 shipments a day. However, if we just reduce that by 10%, that would be about $250,000 a year to the company.
Yeah,
that's $25,000 into profit sharing.
I heard a number, and I think I've said this before, but maybe not. But out of every 1,000 shipments that we deliver in LTL, only 2 get cargo claims on it.
That's correct.
So that is unheard of, in my opinion, in the industry, to have that level of quality. And 2 of that 1,000 shipments, 96% of them deliver on time, if not more, depending on the customer, the lane, all that sort of stuff. But that's just the standard across the board. So and
that's what I meant by every associate contributes to our financial stability.
Yeah,
that saves us money. That that proves that we're taking care of the customers.
Sure. And you play an integral part in looking ahead and forecasting not only what we feel like we can grow from a sales perspective, from an equipment side of things, properties. Talk about how you see from your seat everybody working together to build that success to move forward, not just in what we're doing today, but what we're going to be doing tomorrow.
Yeah, planning for the future is not a one-person job. That's our whole team. And you're right. We have to collaborate. We have to get together. We have to plan. We have so many, 5 verticals now, and each vertical plays a part in the team. And coordinating, like you said, just things like equipment delivery. It takes a team to do that.
Yeah, it really does. And I know that our safety and our risk management teams work very closely together. Safety more so in a way of prevention, risk management more so after the fact of something unfortunately going on. but also from an operations and sales side of things as well. Everybody's connected in one way or the other, and we have to work together in order to really make sure that we're covering all these bases, that we're having to make sure that not only are we taking care of our customers, but if we don't have the associates, then the customers are not going to be taken care of. So they have to be the highest priority as well, right?
Correct. Yeah. Our associates, like I said earlier, are I think we have the best and most professional associates in the industry. Maybe not just the industry, in any company.
Yeah.
They take pride in what they do. Again, their performance, as you mentioned, from the claims, from the on-time deliveries, all that adds up to why we are successful with our customers. We have customers that leave us, for pricing, and they're coming back for quality.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna handle their freight better than anybody.
Yeah. Grass isn't always greener on the other side just because the price is cheaper. So I'm glad that you mentioned about our associates and how just top notch that they are. And one of the things that I really want to talk to you about is our culture of giving. And first and foremost, our Averitt Cares for Kids associate charity. The 95.5% right around in there of the participation that we have company wide. And by the way, that 3.5-4%. We need you. Come on. That $1 a week seems so really insignificant to the overall scope of what we do for Averitt Cares for Kids. $52 a year. Okay, that's great. But putting everything together and seeing what we do with that and giving back and investing into St. Jude's is just such a cool and powerful thing. And I know that you see a lot of that just because you're on the financial side of things and see some of that. How do you view our participation in that?
Well, as you mentioned, our culture is a culture of giving, and that began years and years ago when Averitt Charities was starting. Mm-hmm. And, I think everybody knows that story. And as a result of that, again, giving $1 a week is not that much.
Yeah.
But when you put all those funds together, look what we've been able to do to help St. Jude's and other organizations. But through St. Jude's, we've every dollar they should be proud because they have actually contributed in saving lives.
Yeah. Over
the years. This past year, I think we put $1.5 million and $1. Mm-hmm. And I hope everybody understands what that $1 means.
Yeah.
It's the power of one,
yeah.
And, as we say. And, not only through giving through Averitt Charities, but our community hours. As you said, we've committed as a company to match those community hours and giving. And we have so many, people participating throughout the company. And it's remarkable. I love seeing the Team Matters magazine, seeing what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Because that gives me a sense of pride.
Yeah.
But we are committed as a company to contribute a matching portion of that. And that's why we're able to do what we're doing at St. Jude's. And, it just makes me proud of our associates that we have that giving culture.
Yeah, I agree. I was recently in Atlanta, and I was in our Atlanta West or Fulton facility, and we have a college intern. We have an internship program through the summer, and I was meeting with him, and we were just talking. We were talking about our culture and all that sort of thing. And he spoke up, and he goes, yeah. He said, I went ahead and signed up for Averitt Cares for Kids. And I was like, really? And he says, yeah, this guy's only here for 10 weeks. It's just an internship program. But he believed in it enough and thought it was so cool that for 10 weeks he was going to give $1 out of his paycheck. So, that's really the power of what we're able to do to collectively put that together and be able to do things. But as you mentioned, our Team Up Community Challenge, I love seeing the blood donations and the food drives and the toy drives and all that kind of stuff. And it just makes you feel proud to be a part of something mm-hmm. that's bigger than what you are, right?
Correct.
In talking about Averitt Cares for Kids and our Team Up Community Challenge, we also have the ambassador program that our retired associates can continue to contribute to Averitt Cares for Kids, but still stay involved in the overall team atmosphere and environment.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of success with that. A lot of people were just really proud when they retire to be able to continue being part of this program. And we continue to grow that. And hopefully anybody listening to this, that if they're nearing retirement, to let them know they can be part of this going forward.
Yeah. And there's so many different opportunities for our ambassadors, whether they're being a mentor, inside of a service center that they maybe worked in, or just, being able to be available for team up events and contribute and all that kind of stuff. And also, who is a better recruiter than some of the people who have spent so many years for us, being able to bring in those referrals, which we need. We need those, especially for a truckload group. They are great, truly ambassadors of Averitt to bring people on.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, with our culture, with the people we've had, the longevity of these people that are retiring, they're well respected within our company.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned it, they are mentors to our other associates. And by them staying involved, just helps to promote our program even more.
Yeah, I totally agree. So again, like I said earlier when we opened up the podcast, that you're not necessarily a person that is always out front as much, even though you have such a huge impact on our team. Tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe where you're from, how long you've been with us, and how you got to Averitt.
Well, I grew up in a small town in Alabama called Millport, and it's about 50 miles from Tuscaloosa. So that was connection there. So I ended up going to the University of Alabama, graduated in 1984 with a major in accounting. After college, I got involved in the apparel and textile industry, and that was 1984. Worked in that industry for 12 years, and I think anybody knows about that industry knows the direction it was going.
Yeah.
All the manufacturing was shutting down. We're moving offshore, and I knew it was time to make a career change. So in 1996, I was fortunate enough to find Averitt. And, we've had this conversation now, but my first thought was, heck, it's transportation. They pick up and deliver freight. How hard could it be? And, boy, I was wrong. So anyway, joined Averitt in 1996, and this will be my 28th year.
That's awesome.
And, love, we haven't spoke about it, but, our commitment to promote from within, that I came here as a director of finance and had no idea that one day I might be chief financial officer, but, the company has blessed me and put me in that position, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Yeah. I mean, I started out as a part-time dock associate. I had no idea that I'd be sitting here talking to you today on a podcast. So, it's funny how things work out the way that they should. What's one of the things in your time here have you seen that was really pivotal, that really pushed us forward in our success?
Gosh, there's so many. Just one thing would be hard to say, but I think. Just us continuing to evolve in the industry, to try new things, to not just become an LTL carrier, but be a power of one.
Yeah.
And I think when we use that philosophy, that's pushed us ahead of the industry. And I think our commitment to customers, again, and to our associates is crucial. And our culture. I think our culture is probably the number one thing, if I had to say anything, that continues to help us grow as a company.
Well, Johnny, I really, really appreciate you being on this podcast, and you did a great job. So
thank you.
And hopefully we can get you on again and talk about some more stuff. But I really appreciate your leadership, appreciate your friendship, and just hope you have a good rest of the summer, and thanks very much.
And I would like to say to all the associates, don't ever think your position, your job is not important, because everybody plays a part in our success, and couldn't be prouder of a company than we are with Averitt.
Well, you just teed me up, because I always like to say something at the very end of these podcasts, just to as a word of encouragement and maybe just thought provoking. But today I want to talk about vision. And I want to know, or ask yourself, do you know what our team vision is? And that the vision is to be the best, the carrier of choice. That is what our vision has been for so many years. But how do we achieve that vision? Well, that vision is achieved through our customers, our associates, which solidifies our future. So just as Johnny said, when somebody asks you, oh, what do you do at Averitt? Well, don't say, I'm just a driver. I'm just a dock associate. I'm just a customer service associate. No, you are the driver, the dock associate, the customer service associate that's going to drive us forward in achieving our goals, because that is the level of ownership and vision in order to embrace that ultimately keeps us in the winner circle. So thank you so much for what you do on a daily basis. Stay blessed, stay safe, and we'll talk to you next time.